Hey all, welcome to Cloud Hub. My name is Ramesh Sami. Today we are going to see what is a virtual network, how to create a virtual network. So what are the benefits that we get when we create a virtual network or when we host our application in cloud? So if application wants to talk to another, you need to have a vnet created. So without vnet, it is impossible to connect to different systems together. And suppose consider you have a different vnets, right? So how do you interconnect these two? So these are the things that we're going to look for today. Coming to the first question. So what is a virtual network? Virtual network is a fundamental building block of your private network in cloud. So it is similar to a kind of a traditional network you have in your own data center. And Azure brings in a more value add sort of scaling, availability and a resiliency to the VNets. It is a kind of representation where you just have your virtual network hosted in your cloud, your network hosted in your cloud. And a VNet is isolated and it is one of the secure environment where your applications or virtual machines are deployed and talk to each other. So only with the VNet services, all your applications deployed in Azure can talk to each other. Right? Coming to the second part. So consider you have created two virtual networks. One is VNet 1 and another one is VNet 2. So how do we interconnect these together? You have VNet 1, different application hosted in VNet 1. And you have another VNet 2, you have different applications hosted here. So how do the applications hosted in VNet 1 can talk to VNet 2? So there is an interconnectivity required, right? So that we can avail or achieve it via the virtual network gateway. And there's another approach via the VNet peering. So what is the difference between virtual network gateway and VNet peering? What are the benefits that we get when we utilize VNet peering? What are the benefits that we get when we go with virtual network gateways? So these are the stuffs that we are going to see in the current demo. Right? Let's get into the live demo. Here we are going to create a new virtual network. So log into your portal.azure.com, which is your home page, and click on create a resource. Click on type in virtual network. So you could create here. I need a resource group for this. I'm creating a demo resource group. I'm just creating an instance. Let the instance be vnet 1 and the region is going to be East US. And next comes the IP address, right? So you need to provide some IP address space for your particular virtual network. So now this IP address is based on the CIDR notation. Okay, so it should be 10.0.0.0/16. If you reduce this, you will get, let it be a 10. The lesser the number, you get more IP address. Okay, if more the number, you get less IP address. If I give you a 10, you could see here these many IP addresses you have for this particular virtual network. So this is not a good approach. So basically what we can do is just go and I'll just give 24. So if I see I have 256 addresses, IP addresses where the 256 applications can connect to this particular VNet, right? And comes the subnet. I need to create a subnet for this. Let it be a default subnet. I need to provide the IP address for this as well. This is 10.0.0./ let's just give 25. So I just take half of the IP addresses for my subnet.
A subnet is a kind of a division or subdivision in the IP range. So this will have a smaller subset of IPs for a particular subnet. Got it? I'm just going to add it. Next comes the security. So I'm not going to touch anything here. Tags, I don't require tags as of now. I'm just going to review and create it. So validation check has passed. So I'm just going to click create. So our deployment is in progress. So this deployment doesn't take much time because it's not going to create any compute power for this. It's just an entry text put in the database. So the resource is created. So you could see the address space, your region, everything. So let me go to home. I'll create another vnet, virtual network. So I have already created an resource group as demo. I'm just putting it in the same resource group and let this be vnet2. The region, I'm just keeping it the same. So IP address. So it's similar kind of stuff, right? So the greater the number, you get less IP address. You have 256 addresses. And I just create a subnet for this as well. Let it be a default subnet 10.1.0.0/25. So I got 123 address space, right? I'm just add it. Next comes the security page. I'm not going to do anything here. Tags, I don't want any tags. It's running final validation. The validation is passed. I'm just going to create it. Now the deployment in progress. Yeah, the resource is created. So now let's get into the resource group and see. I'll go to the resource group. This is my demo resource group. I will see, I need to see two vnets created, right? I see only one virtual network created. There should be two vnets. Probably this might take a few minutes. Let's refresh again. For my demo resource group, yeah. So you could see here the vnet1 is created and you have the vnet2 is created. Now, so how do we connect vnet1 to vnet2? As I said earlier, we have two ways of connecting the vnet1 and vnet2. One is via the application network gateway and another one is via the vnet peering. So now we are going to see how to connect vnet1 to vnet2 through the application network gateway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create an application network gateway now. Go to your home page, create your resource. Application network gateway. Click on create. You have your subscription. What is going to be your instance details? vnet gateway 1. The region should be the same, and we have two gateway types. One is the VPN and access route. So we go over the VPN now, and you have the VPN types as route based and policy based. We go with the route based as of now. You have different SKUs, which is the stock keeping units. You can see there are different storekeeping units. I'm just going with my default generation. I'm not going to touch anything, and you create your and you select your virtual network. Here can be associated to a virtual network gateway. So I'm just associating my vnet1. It requires a public IP address name. Let it be public IP vnet gateway 1. So I'm not going to enable any other thing. Just review and create. So validation is passed, just creating the virtual network gateway. So creation of virtual network gateway might take some time. So at the back it needs to do a lot of work. So probably this might take some time. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and create another virtual network gateway to associate the vnet2. So let this run on the background. I'm going to create another virtual network gateway. Virtual network gateway. VNet gateway 2. Region should be the same, and the gateway type is VPN. I'm not going to change anything here. I'm just going to select the associate the VNet2 this virtual network gateway and a public IP. Public IP VNet gateway 2, and I'm just going to review and create it. It is looking for the validation, so validation is passed. I'm just creating it. So probably this might take some time. So just probably this might take another 5 to 10 minutes to create the virtual network gateway. Let's see. Yeah. So now the virtual network gateway has been created. So we could see here, and I'll go to the resource group, and you could see here the VNet gateway 1 and VNet gateway 2 is created. Now I'm going to get into VNet gateway 1. So I'm just going to connect the vnet1 and vnet2 via the virtual network gateway. Alright. So at the left hand side you have connections. So click on connections. Currently you don't have any of the items listed here. Click on add. Give some name. vnet1 to vnet2. So connection type is vnet to vnet, and first virtual network gateway is going to be vnet gateway 1, and second you need to select it. It's going to be a vnet gateway 2, and you can just have a shared key. That's it. We have done, and just click on OK. So it's now creating the connection between these two virtual network gateways. So this should be completed as soon as possible. So now the deployment is completed, and you could see the connections now available. So you could see the connection type here. So if I go to the resource group and click on the vnet1, I go to the connected devices, it could show it's connected to vnet gateway 1. Okay, so this is how we create a virtual network gateway and connect the vnet1 and vnet2 via the virtual network gateways. Right? So this is one way of connecting the VNet to VNet connectivity. And there's another approach where we can connect the virtual network 1 to virtual network 2. How do we do it? This is via network peering. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to teach you like how to create the network peering with two virtual networks, right? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Cloud Hub so you don't miss up any updates. Thank you.